bee pollen. Touted as a miracle food for endurance runners, walkers, and those searching for the fountain of youth, bee pollen. Does it work for ultras?
I've got something to give you the edge.
The richest, most exquisite, and diverse type of food that you can find in the whole world.
Amino acids, it's got protein in it, it's got all kinds of, it's almost a natural food in itself.
Take JOEBEES to get a competitive edge.
It's like something you've never tasted.
I got some pollen. Check it out.
All right, welcome to another episode of Mountain Outpost. We are launching a new mini-series of what old school Ultrarunners did. In these episodes, Schuyler and myself, me in Arizona, Schuyler up in California, will be examining and personally testing these lores, myths, and miracles of the past. The first time I ever heard of bee pollen was perusing through an old subscription of Ultrarunning magazine back from 1989, and I actually do have a copy of that article right here. Bob Kite, who won the first 3 editions of the Crown King Scramble, he's touted as using this product. It says, "Laughing all the way, a nearly nude Bob Kite penetrated the wall of pain, reached into the depths of ultimate energy reserves, exceed and bee pollen, and set a new course record on a course 2 miles shorter than last year. Kite, who shed 20 pounds of South American organic culture in 3 weeks, vowed at the start that this was his last Crown King Scramble." With a small amount of research on the internet, we have some words more about how Bob used bee pollen. I've taken it for about 7 years now, off and on. I'm not a devout athlete, nor a nutritionist by any means. I eat a lot of garbage food. I've been known to get comfortable at Burger King every now and then. In fact, I'm a soft drink junkie. But at the same time, I supplement with the bee pollen. And I think that's more or less my ace in the hole. A lot of the success of that was the fact that I took quite a bit of bee pollen before the race, and then during the race, I'd be eating the bee pollen bars. Mainly because your body can last about 2.5 hours on what it can store, whereas everybody else was bonking and eating bananas and chocolate bars. So if your diet is bad or you're inconsistent with your life, this bee pollen is kind of like mortar. You can build a nice wall with it, but if you don't have that mortar, it'll fall apart sooner or later. Bee pollen kind of fills it all in. Bee pollen and water. You can live on it. So, some bold claims here, Mr. Bob Kite, but you can't argue it worked for him. I mean, he took home several Crown King Scramble 50K victories, and we want to find out what this bee pollen's all about, so we're going to give it a try. Schuyler is also going to try this as well and see his experience. What we're going to do with this product right here now is I'm going to take a nice capful, just sitting here, see how it goes, see how it tastes, and then I'm going to take it out on a run, see how it does out in the field. Smells a little flowery.
It's like something you've never tasted.
Love the way it tastes. It's got a nutty, rich taste.
Do you remember the directions? They said like 3 granules on day 1.
And so when you first start off, you always want to just start to take a little pinch the first few days, but the average person takes about a teaspoon a day.
Here goes nothing. It's sweet. Oh my god. I need a bucket. Oh god. Oh.
You're not taking pollen for flavor.
Oh my god.
I actually could eat the whole bottle in 1 day.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh. Oh god.
You're taking it for nutrition and energy.
I don't know if I can do it.
The whole bottle in 1 day.
Oh god. Oh. Ugh. Oh god.
Take JOEBEES. It will give you energy. It will give you new strength. You'll have stamina.
Bob did not just eat this in his training, or like leading up to his training. He actually used it on the run during races. So we're gonna mix this in with a bottle of water and take it out on a run. All right, here we are, we're on site, Phoenix Mountains Preserve, and we're gonna be testing out bee pollen on a run. So this is supposedly what the worker bees bring into the hive. They pack all that pollen they collect from all over the area into these little pellets. It's like orange juice. I think it's ready for action. I mean, it tastes like dirt in nature, so I think it might be doable.
All right, we got the bee pollen and water locked and loaded, and I, in the spirit of the originator of this challenge, have also fasted before this run.
It's not pleasant like most other sports drinks. It's like the hippie version of a sports drink.
Time to see how the bee pollen plays out of a normal spout. One that's been bouncing around for 3 some odd miles or more. Apparently, you can take it through the normal spigot, so.
The aftertaste is horrible. Just downright disgusting.
Still, no stomach issues from the bee pollen, so.
Bob Kite says you can live on bee pollen water. I don't know.
I can see why the origin story of the bee pollen and fasting for it, or fasting with it for Crown King makes sense, because I've had no real semblance of hunger this entire run. I mean, I haven't eaten in probably 14 hours at this point, at least.
Channel my inner Bob Kite right now.
What are the implications of running through an area full of bees with bee pollen? I don't know, but it just happened. I hope I didn't just become the leader of the hive.
Hope Schuyler's not allergic to bees or pollen or whatever.
Just eclipsed the hour mark. This is actually going surprisingly well. And I'm scared to get overconfident because I probably have at least another hour to go on this run. But all things considered, there might be there might actually be some real application to this.
It's kind of great. I mean, he basically said as long as you eat bee pollen, you can do whatever else you want. You party it up, eat Burger Kings, drink all the soda you want. If soda and burgers from Burger King are the bricks of your nutritional profile, bee pollen is the mortar that holds it all together.
That aside from the 50K I did last week, I've done nothing longer than 11 miles in the past 2.5 months. So the bee pollen, hold it down.
Like, how many different plants did this come from, you know? Like, we have no clue.
Good times, aren't you happy we got them? Good times. There's no way that that's how that theme song goes.
Somewhere up in Utah, some bees flew around, picking up pollen, depositing it in their hive, and someone thought it was a good idea to steal it and bottle it, and then make me eat it.
Mountain Outpost has taught us anything. Nothing is for certain.
I feel a bit nauseous. Is there a trend here? Yeah, there is.
As with all of these challenges, at some point, it goes from fun to sad. We've now entered the sad phase of this.
See the tower, which is good and bad. Good because we're almost there, but bad because it means this is going down the hatch soon. Right there, that's probably where that pollen came from. That damn cactus flower.
I'm calling shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans on this challenge is what it comes down to. Because my legs are definitely starting to go by the wayside.
We made it! 0.7 miles later. Woo!
Hard pass. No chance in hell. Oh.
I really wish this was Tang right now.
Oh, why do I do this?
Oh man, that was a lot. Ugh.
Why do I do this? Oh, man.
So many tastes that shouldn't be happening in my mouth.
The moral of the story here is, will it goo or blend or whatever on the bee pollen? Mixed with other things? Yes. On its own? Hell no.
Well guys, I'm buzzing after that experience. I think it was all those bee vitamins. Well, we did it. We drank a whole bottle of bee pollen out on a run, and I'll tell you what, I was buzzing a little bit there at the top. Cannot lie about that. Can't attribute it to anything but that bee pollen. Felt a little bit crazy. Maybe it was those minerals or who knows what. I am pretty disappointed to find out that this product is made in China. Not that there's anything wrong with products made in China, but I feel a little bit duped. The scene on the front here looks like a couple beekeepers from Utah, where this company's from, and a little disappointed. I'm also a little bit disappointed because the CC Pollen Company, who was as part of that Bob Kite TV spot back in the early 90s, actually indicted by the FCC over false claims they've made about their product and fined $200,000. So that's a nice little turn of the table. So there you have it. This first episode of What Ultrarunners Used to Do ends in a bit of controversy as the CC Pollen Company got into a little bit of hot water. As for Bob Kite, we don't know what happened to Bob. Actually, he did make an appearance at the Crown King Scramble about 4 years ago, spectating at the finish line. As far as we know, he no longer runs. Thank you guys for tuning in for our first episode in this mini-series of What Ultrarunners Did. Bees, bzz, honey, bzz, yellow granules of who knows what it is. What is bee pollen? We should actually know what it is.
Out of bees' butts.
This comes out of bees' butts? What? We have to eat it? This is edible product? Do they scrape it off the backs of bees? Like, is that what it really is?
I wish I had a beeism.
Well guys, I'm buzzing after that experience. I think it was all those bee vitamins.
Be thankful for this beautiful day on planet Beer.
Afternoon delight.